As we commemorate Earth Day, it's an opportune moment to reflect on the state of our planet and the urgent need for collective action to address one of the greatest challenges of our time, climate change. In this video, we delve into the complexities of climate change mitigation, exploring its causes, consequences, and most importantly, the pathways to meaningful solutions. Earth Day, celebrated annually on April 22nd, serves as a poignant reminder of the interconnectedness of humanity and the natural world. Since its inception in 1970, Earth Day has evolved into a global movement mobilizing millions of people worldwide to advocate for environmental protection, conservation, and sustainability. In the spirit of Earth Day, we embark on a journey to understand the multifaceted nature of climate change and the imperative for action. In Part 1, we unravel the phenomenon of climate change, examining its profound implications for our planet and future generations. Part 2 delves into the perils of inaction, highlighting the tangible risks posed by climate change to ecosystems, economies, and global stability. But amidst the sobering realities, there is hope. In Part 3, we explore concrete mitigation strategies, from transitioning to renewable energy to protecting ecosystems and promoting sustainable agriculture. These solutions offer a roadmap towards a more resilient and equitable future, where humanity can thrive in harmony with the natural world. Yet, the journey towards climate resilience is not solely the responsibility of governments and institutions. In Part 4, we empower individuals to become agents of change, providing actionable steps for advocacy and engagement at the grassroots level. By harnessing the collective power of individual action, we can catalyze transformative change and build a brighter future for our planet. As we embark on this exploration of climate change mitigation, let us heed the call to action on Earth Day and beyond. Together, let us rise to the challenge of safeguarding our planet for present and future generations, for it is only through collective effort and unwavering commitment that we can secure a sustainable and thriving future for all. Climate change is not just a future threat looming on the horizon, it is a present reality reshaping our world at an alarming pace. At its core, climate change refers to the long-term alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a particular area. While natural processes have always influenced Earth's climate, the current pace and extent of change can be attributed primarily to human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, CO2, and methane. The consequences of climate change are manifold and profound, impacting every corner of our planet. Rising global temperatures have led to shifts in weather patterns, resulting in more frequent and severe heat waves, storms, floods, and droughts. Glaciers are retreating, sea levels are rising, and ecosystems are under immense strain. These changes disrupt not only the environment but also human societies, affecting agriculture, water resources, infrastructure, and public health. Scientists warn that without urgent action to curb greenhouse gas emissions, the future looks increasingly bleak. We risk facing a world where extreme weather events become the new norm, where coastal communities are inundated by rising seas, and where food and water shortages trigger conflicts and mass migrations on an unprecedented scale. The stakes are high, but so too is the opportunity for meaningful action. By understanding the dangers posed by climate change and committing to decisive measures, we can still mitigate its worst effects and build a more sustainable future for generations to come. The dangers of inaction on climate change cannot be overstated. As we continue on our current trajectory, the consequences will be far-reaching and severe, affecting every aspect of human life and the natural world. One of the most immediate threats is the destabilization of ecosystems and biodiversity loss. Climate change disrupts habitats, leading to the extinction of species and the collapse of fragile ecosystems. Coral reefs, for example, are particularly vulnerable to warming ocean temperatures, with devastating consequences for marine life and coastal communities that rely on them for food and livelihoods. Another pressing concern is the impact on food and water security. Changing weather patterns and extreme events such as droughts and floods threaten agricultural productivity, leading to crop failures, food shortages, and price spikes. In regions already struggling with poverty and malnutrition, these challenges could push vulnerable populations to the brink of survival. Furthermore, climate change exacerbates social and economic inequalities, disproportionately affecting marginalized communities and exacerbating existing injustices. The poorest and most vulnerable populations, including indigenous peoples and those living in developing countries, bear the brunt of the consequences, facing heightened risks of displacement, disease, and poverty. Perhaps most ominously, climate change poses a threat to global stability and security. Competition for dwindling resources, such as water and arable land, can escalate tensions and spark conflicts, both within and between nations. In regions already grappling with political instability and violence, the added strain of climate change can further fuel unrest and displacement, creating fertile ground for extremism and radicalization. In the face of such profound risks, complacency is not an option. We must recognize the urgent need for action and take bold steps to address the root causes of climate change before it's too late. The longer we delay, the greater the challenges we will face, and the harder it will be to secure a sustainable future for ourselves and future generations. While the challenges posed by climate change are daunting, there is still hope. By embracing a multifaceted approach to mitigation, we can begin to address the root causes of climate change and chart a course towards a more sustainable future. One of the most effective ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions is to shift away from fossil fuels and towards renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Investing in clean energy technologies not only reduces carbon emissions but also creates jobs, stimulates economic growth, and enhances energy security. In addition to transitioning to renewable energy, improving energy efficiency and promoting conservation are essential steps in reducing our carbon footprint. By adopting energy-efficient technologies and practices in homes, businesses, and transportation, we can reduce energy consumption and lower greenhouse gas emissions. Healthy ecosystems play a crucial role in mitigating climate change by absorbing and storing carbon dioxide. Protecting and restoring forests, wetlands, and other natural habitats not only helps to sequester carbon but also provides numerous co-benefits, such as biodiversity conservation, water purification, and flood control. Agriculture and land use practices are significant contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, but they also offer opportunities for mitigation. By promoting sustainable farming practices, such as agroforestry, organic farming, and soil conservation, we can reduce emissions from agriculture and enhance carbon sequestration in soils. While mitigation efforts are essential, we must also invest in adaptation and resilience building measures to prepare for the impacts of climate change that are already underway. This includes strengthening infrastructure, improving disaster preparedness, and supporting vulnerable communities to cope with and recover from climate-related disasters. Climate change is a global challenge that requires coordinated action at the international level. By fostering cooperation, sharing knowledge, and mobilizing resources, the international community can work together to address the root causes of climate change and support the most vulnerable countries in their efforts to adapt and mitigate its impacts. In conclusion, tackling climate change requires a concerted effort from governments, businesses, civil society, and individuals alike. By implementing a comprehensive strategy that addresses the root causes of climate change and promotes sustainable development, we can mitigate its worst effects and build a more resilient and equitable world for present and future generations. The time for action is now. As we navigate the complexities of climate change mitigation, individuals play a pivotal role in driving change and advocating for the steps outlined in Part 3. While the scale of the challenge may seem daunting, every action, no matter how small, contributes to the collective effort towards a more sustainable future. Here are several ways individuals can effectively advocate for climate action. Knowledge is power. Take the time to educate yourself about the science of climate change, its impacts, and the solutions available. Share this information with your family, friends, and community to raise awareness and inspire collective action. Take steps to reduce your own carbon footprint by adopting sustainable lifestyle choices. This could include reducing energy consumption, minimizing waste, eating a plant-based diet, using public transportation or carpooling, and supporting renewable energy initiatives. Advocate for policies and initiatives at the local, national, and global levels that promote renewable energy, energy efficiency, sustainable agriculture, and ecosystem conservation. Write to your elected representatives, participate in public consultations, and support organizations working towards climate action. Get involved in local community organizations, climate action groups, or environmental NGOs working on climate issues. By joining forces with like-minded individuals, you can amplify your impact and advocate for meaningful change in your community. Use your voting power to support candidates who prioritize climate action and sustainability. Research candidates' positions on climate and environmental issues, and cast your vote for those who are committed to taking bold action to address climate change. Use your voice to speak out about the urgency of climate action and the need for transformative change. Write op-eds, organize public events, participate in marches and demonstrations, and leverage social media platforms to raise awareness and mobilize others to join the climate movement. Recognize the interconnectedness of climate change with social justice issues such as poverty, inequality, and human rights. Advocate for policies and initiatives that prioritize equity and justice, ensuring that the most vulnerable communities are supported in the transition to a low-carbon future. Be a role model for others by living your values and demonstrating sustainable practices in your daily life. By modeling environmentally conscious behaviors, you can inspire others to take action and contribute to positive change. By harnessing the collective power of individual advocacy, we can drive the systemic changes needed to address the climate crisis and create a more sustainable and equitable world for all. Together, we have the potential to build a brighter future for generations to come. Thank you for watching. My channel, known as the Renaissance Spirit, is dedicated to the pursuits of a just, equitable, and humanitarian world. Video topics encompass areas including history, politics, religion, personal development, society, culture, social and environmental justice, and other topics of liberal arts and sciences, including ancient Rome and the Roman Empire, which is a great comparison and contrast of the modern world. Topics perfect for the true modern polymath. The Renaissance ushered in a golden age in the pursuit of knowledge both lost to time and yet to be discovered. It gave birth to the Enlightenment and the Age of Reason. Embracing truth, knowledge, and an understanding and compassion for humanity opens up the world to each of us individually and improves all of humanity, affording us the opportunity to be better stewards of the earth and to each other. The Renaissance Spirit, more than just a philosophy or style, but a style for living, learning, growing, and thinking. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share. If you're looking to explore and experience what life has to offer, I'm sure you'll enjoy the other videos on my channel. Please peruse, and let me know in the comments what you get out of them and what other videos you'd like to see. But first, please take the quiz next to see if you're a Renaissance Spirit. Live the Renaissance Spirit.